What if I told you that the old broken furniture in your garage could become the centerpiece of your living room? With a little creativity and some basic tools, you can give new life to old pieces, making them beautiful and functional again. Upcycling, as it's called, is the process of transforming discarded materials into something of higher value or more beautiful. It's a way to reduce waste, get creative, and save money on furniture. Think about it. By giving old furniture a new purpose, you're not only saving it from landfills, but also creating a unique piece that reflects your personal style. Let's start with a simple example. Imagine a vintage dresser that's been collecting dust in your garage for years. Its once sturdy legs are now wobbly, and the finish is scratched and faded. But with a little TLC, you can turn it into a beautiful coffee table. You'll need a few basic tools like a drill, a jigsaw, and some sandpaper. You'll also need some paint or stain to give it a fresh new look. Now, let's talk about the different types of upcycling. There's refinishing, which involves restoring the original finish of a piece. This can be a great option if you're working with antique furniture that has a unique patina. Then there's repurposing, which is about giving a piece a new function altogether. For example, you could turn an old door into a headboard or a coffee table into a pet bed. Another option is deconstruction, which involves breaking down a piece into its individual components and reassembling them into something new. This can be a bit more challenging, but it's also a great way to create a truly unique piece. One of the biggest advantages of upcycling is that it's a budget-friendly way to get the look you want without breaking the bank. Plus, it's a great way to reduce waste and live more sustainably. According to the EPA, furniture waste is one of the fastest-growing waste streams in the U.S. By giving old furniture a new life, you're not only saving it from landfills, but also reducing the demand for new, resource-intensive furniture. So, where do you start? First, gather inspiration from online sources like Pinterest or YouTube. Look for ideas and projects that resonate with you, and take note of the materials and techniques used. Next, assess the condition of the furniture you want to upcycle. If it's in rough shape, you may need to do some repairs before you can start transforming it. Now, let's talk about some safety considerations. When working with power tools, it's essential to wear protective gear like safety glasses and a dust mask. Make sure you have a well-ventilated workspace and always follow the manufacturer's instructions for any tools or materials you're using. Before we dive into some specific projects, let's talk about the different types of materials you can use for upcycling. There's wood, metal, glass, and even fabric. Each material has its own unique characteristics and challenges, so it's essential to choose the right one for your project. Wood is a popular choice for upcycling because it's durable, versatile, and easy to work with. You can use it to create anything from a coffee table to a headboard. When working with wood, you'll need to consider the type of wood, its condition, and the finish you want to achieve. Metal is another great option for upcycling. It's strong, durable, and can be easily shaped or welded. You can use it to create anything from a coffee table to a bookshelf. When working with metal, you'll need to consider the type of metal, its condition, and the finish you want to achieve. Glass is a beautiful material that can add a touch of elegance to any room. You can use it to create anything from a coffee table to a mirror. When working with glass, you'll need to consider the type of glass, its condition, and the finish you want to achieve. Fabric is a great option for upcycling if you're looking for a more whimsical or bohemian look. You can use it to create anything from a throw pillow to a rug. When working with fabric, you'll need to consider the type of fabric, its condition, and the finish you want to achieve. Now that we've covered the basics, let's dive into some specific projects. We'll start with a simple coffee table made from an old pallet. This project requires minimal tools and materials, making it perfect for beginners. To start, you'll need to gather your materials, including the pallet, some wood screws, a drill, and some sandpaper. Next, disassemble the pallet and sort the wood into usable pieces. You'll need to cut the wood to the right size using a jigsaw or a circular saw. Once you have your wood pieces, it's time to assemble the coffee table. Use wood screws to attach the legs to the top, making sure it's sturdy and level. Sand the entire piece to smooth out any rough edges or splinters. For the finishing touches, you can use a polyurethane coat to protect the wood and give it a glossy finish. You can also add a coat of paint or stain to match your desired color scheme. Another great project is a headboard made from an old door. This project requires a bit more creativity and skill, but the result is well worth it. To start, you'll need to gather your materials, including the door, some wood screws, a drill, and some sandpaper. Next, disassemble the door and sort the wood into usable pieces. You'll need to cut the wood to the right size using a jigsaw or a circular saw. Once you have your wood pieces, it's time to assemble the headboard. Use wood screws to attach the wood pieces to the door frame, making sure it's sturdy and level. For the finishing touches, you can use a polyurethane coat to protect the wood and give it a glossy finish. You can also add a coat of paint or stain to match your desired color scheme. Upcycling old furniture is not only a fun and creative hobby, but it's also a great way to reduce waste and live more sustainably. By giving old furniture a new life, you're not only saving it from landfills, but also creating a unique piece that reflects your personal style. If you're interested in learning more about upcycling, be sure to check out our next video, where we'll be sharing some advanced techniques and projects. You'll learn how to create a beautiful and functional kitchen island from an old pallet, and how to upcycle an old dresser into a stunning coffee table. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more DIY tutorials and creative projects.